Well, hey everybody. Welcome to the update preview stream. This is Bugs here. I'm joined today by Artemis and Shadow. Say hi, guys.
Hey everyone, and happy holidays.
Hey everyone, Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody. We are here today just an hour out from the mandatory client and server update, which is coming out to Rust, which will launch all this Christmas content. So, what we're going to do, as always, is go through what you can expect to see in this update. We'll answer as many questions as we have the opportunity to. Feel free, as always, to do at shadow_rustified in chat with any questions you may have. And before we get into it, let's go over what's going on with whips today. When are servers wiping? So for Rustafied server wipes, they are wiping at the regular scheduled time, which is 5 p.m. local time for the region, which means many Rustified servers have already wiped, including our EU servers, wiped an hour ago. AUSEA wiped like 10 hours ago. BR will wipe in 3 hours, and US will wipe in 4 hours at 5 p.m. EST. The servers wiping today are the weekly and bi weekly Thursday wipe servers. So that's going to be your mains, your smalls, your barons, mediums, trios, and the like. These are map wipes only, no blueprint wipes today. And it is kind of a weird one because this patch is expected to come out at 2 p.m. EST, so like just under an hour from now. The patch does require a server restart, and that we actually, in that restart, update our servers, but it doesn't force a wipe. So it's kind of weird timing, especially for people in the EU. Pardon the interruption, like 2 hours after your wipe, we're going to have to do a restart to update the servers. I know it's not ideal scheduling on days like this for, all your wipe stuff, but thank you for your understanding and your patience with it. And we'll try to make those server updates go as quick as possible. But with all that, we do have the Christmas content going live within the hour. And what it's going to be is a lot of the stuff that we've seen in previous Rust Christmases, but also some new stuff this year. And we will get into it. This content will be live in the game from today until January 5th when the next update is. And I just had to peek at my calendar to just double check that that is when the next update is, and that is January 5th. And so this will be live for a couple weeks on all servers, and then it'll be taken off with the next force wipe in the beginning of January, January 5th. And yeah. And once again, it doesn't force a wipe. So if you're playing on a monthly server, you don't have to worry about the server wiping when the update hits. It will just add this Christmas content, but keep everything that you had on the map. So let's get into it. What is going on with this Christmas content? Well, we've got some new things today. First and foremost, gingerbread mines are in effect for this Christmas event. Now, if you were around for the Halloween event the other month, then some of this may look a little familiar to you, as it's kind of like the portals that we had at the Halloween event, only it's skinned out for gingerbread stuff and festivities and all
Mm,
that good stuff.
Sorry, you have to excuse me. I had one marked nicely, but it looks like it's despawned, so I'm gonna try and find a new one.
Yes, and that is one of the things about these gingerbread mines is they do spawn the entrances, I should say, spawn all randomly around the map. On a normal size map, 4250, we're seeing about 12 per map. And they basically just spawn as gingerbread houses, as you'll see here shortly. It's just a gingerbread house hanging out on the map. And what you do is you go in the outside door and then you go through the door inside the house, as we'll see momentarily, and
You
you
know
get.
the entity.
I was just thinking it might be like you might be able to get away with like teleport any ginger.
I checked that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll find one. I'm sure they stick out a little bit. But and they do spawn randomly around the map and then despawn. I'm not aware of the specific timing, but they definitely don't last forever.
About 15 minutes now.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. 15 minutes seems to be the sweet spot. And there we are. We've got this little gingerbread house. And that is going to be your access to these gingerbread mines. You go through the front door and then you go through the door inside, and you will be.
Can you try and turn on the light, the nighttime, so you can see if it's glowing in the night?
For sure, yeah. I'll change the
Yeah,
time
let's
when I
set
go
it to
back out.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you see, you go through and you end up in this gingerbread mine, so to speak. And it's very festively decorated and stuff like that. And you will have to watch out for some foes because we have these gingerbread men running at you with candy canes and the occasional MP5. Now, these foes that you see do drop the same loot as scientists, basically, but with a little extra Christmas goodies. So you'll find some small presents or a snowball gun or snowballs also in the dropped loot of these gingerbread men. There are about 2 to 6 gingerbread men per dungeon, and the dungeons do seem to be, and I'm saying dungeon, it is a gingerbread mine, technically. But in these mines, I believe they are procedurally generated, and there's like a certain number of them per map that you get teleported to via any one of the 12 or so gingerbread houses. But basically, the idea is you go into this portal, similar to the Christmas stuff, or I should say the Halloween stuff. You go into this portal, you kill the gingerbread men, you grab the loot. There's some other loot in there as well, some presents and stuff like that that you can find. Some example loot we have listed on rustafied.com, but real quick, you could see one mine had a total of an SMG body, 2 small presents, sheet metal, and 15 scrap. They seem to all have sheet metal and 15 scrap. But then another mine had like 2 tech trash, 2 small presents, sheet metal, and 15 scrap. Another one had 3 tech trash, 2 medium presents, sheet metal, and 15 scrap. So you're going to see similar loot throughout. And it varies depending on what gingerbread mine you end up in. Once again, there's several of them that you'll end up in. They're procedurally generated, and the gingerbread houses themselves kind of spawn and despawn around the map every 15 minutes or so, it seems. And once you're done getting all the loot from the gingerbread mine, then you can just exit via the entrance or the door that you came through, and you'll end up right back on the normal map. So that is the gingerbread mine situation. Once again, this is just something for the holiday season for this Christmas event, and this is one of the new main things. Now, outside, do we see the gingerbread house glowing at night?
Let's have a look.
But yeah, it should stand out a little bit at night, and you can kind of keep an eye out for those. But make sure you do go in prepared because once again, there are gingerbread men in there and they are not friendly. They'll smack you in the face with a candy cane or shoot you with one of their MP5s. So do stay frosty when you go through these gingerbread portals. But there is some decent loot in there you can find, and you'll see them spawning around the map once again. Now, also coming new for this Christmas event this year is decorations at monuments. As you go around the map, you will see various monuments have some Christmas or holiday cheer that they didn't have before. Specifically, the fishing villages, large and small, bandit camp, and compound are all decorated for the holidays. And Artemis, I can see you're kind of exemplifying how far away you can build from these gingerbread
That's it.
houses. Is
Yeah, I was
that
just
correct?
going to
Yeah.
quickly, before we release one
Yeah.
again, show you
Yeah,
the
good
choice.
call.
Yeah, there was some people asking about it, so that's good.
Yeah, so you can see there it's like several squares away. Uh, you will have some building blocked around, but keep in mind if you're trying to build and there's a gingerbread house there, you can just wait like 15-20 minutes and it'll likely just disappear and spawn
Yeah,
somewhere else.
that's
So
it.
keep
Yeah.
that in mind. Now we can't destroy these gingerbread houses, can we? Can we drop a C4 on them and blow them?
No, we can't. We can't kind of affect them, unfortunately. And just another note: the guys don't drop the MPs either.
Yes, yes, good call. They'll shoot you with an MP5, but they don't drop the
They won't give
actual
it to you.
MP.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best thing you're gonna find down there is a rifle body or like a semi-auto body. But you're not gonna be getting a full MP5 off of the gingerbread men. But yeah, but if we head over to like Bandit Camp or Compound, we can see some of the decorations for the Christmas event around, and especially at night, they look nice. They're lit up. There's a festive Christmas tree here or there, some snowmen and the like. And especially Bandit at night looks really nice. It's got all the kind of shacks are lit up and everything, and it's just looking festive for the holiday season. So that's a nice little thing that they added in for this Christmas event. Now, also coming new this year, we have the Ice King pack. Now, if you look at Rustafied.com, I did have this split up into two sections because I wasn't sure how they were going to launch these things. But the item store is updated now, and you can go check it out to see what uh, festive items are available for purchase on the item store. But one of the new ones that you're going to see is this Ice King pack. And this is a cool one. It includes an ice throne, an ice metal face mask, and an ice metal breastplate. So you get some nice icy armor and a nice icy throne to sit in. And this will go perfect with your ice AK if you have one of those, if you've purchased the Arctic pack before. But that is the new Ice King pack available for purchase on the item store. And then also, if you look at the Rust item store today, you can see there's a couple more festive items. There's the garland, there's the Santa beard, and there's also some community made skins like the Christmas tree poncho and stuff like that. So there's a good amount of things on the item store, some Mr. Gingerbread hoodie and pants, Santa beard, the snow machine, the lights. There's some good stuff on the item store. If you haven't checked it out, I do recommend getting it because these festive items are only available, generally speaking, for the duration of this Christmas event. And then you won't be able to get them after that. Now, speaking of this Christmas event, what else goes on in this Christmas event? Now, if you've been around for Rust Xmas before, you'll recognize a lot of this stuff. But if you haven't, then this will be new to you. But one of the core things for the Rust Xmas event is the presents. And how that works is once every in game day, basically, you'll hear some jingle bells go off. And then around every player in the server, a couple of these present boxes will appear and they kind of glow a little bit. If it's night, they kind of have a little snow around them, and you whack them open. They have like 30 health, and you'll be treated to one or small medium presents. And these are actual present items that you collect and add to your inventory. And with these presents, basically, there's small, medium, and large presents. The small can be upgraded. 10 of them can be stacked to make a medium present. 10 medium presents can make a large present. And as you would imagine, as the size of the present goes up, the contents of the present go up as well. So you can open any present at any time. If you open a small present, you'll be gifted with like 100 to 200 stones, some candies, canes, some chocolate bars, a snowball, maybe a couple scrap or some wood, a candy cane club, some various different Christmas items. Or if you combine 10 small presents to a medium and then you open that medium present, you can get up to 1,000 stone, a pipe shotgun, and 10 handmade shells, 150 low grade, a small stocking, a salvage cleaver, a pookie bear, and the like. Or if you take 10 medium presents and upgrade to a large present, then the real good stuff starts coming in. You start getting like a super stocking, a revolver and 20 bullets, a custom SMG, a pump shotgun, a flame turret, a hollow sight, weapon laser sight, or silencer, or a flashlight, or 250 crude. So there's some good stuff to be gotten in the larger presents. And it's actually, I think, can you double check? It's actually, I think, only 5 medium presents to upgrade to a large. but
Yep, it's 5. Yeah.
it's 5. Okay, sorry, I misspoke on that. So it's 10 small presents to upgrade to a medium, but then it's only 5 medium presents to upgrade to a large present. And that's how the presents work. Basically, you're going to find them once again around you. Just when you hear jingle bells, go looking around you within like 20, 30 meters of every player. 2 or more of these present things will show up. They're the present boxes on the terrain. You whack them open, and then you'll see a couple of these smaller medium presents drop out, and you can gather them up, uh, work with your group to get a bunch of them to upgrade to large presents, see what you get. It's a good time. Also, we've got Santa's sleigh coming through. So instead of the normal airdrop thing going on, when that happens, instead, now we have Santa going through the sky. And I think we've got a airdrop called, right? So we'll be able to see him
Yes, yeah,
momentarily.
we should do. Yeah.
Nice. Good timing. And with that, it's Santa's sleigh being pulled by reindeer, and including one with a glowing nose. And then he drops an airdrop, and it is slightly better airdrop loot than what you normally get as well. So that's the airdrop has been replaced during this Christmas event with Santa dropping some slightly better loot. Also, you might have heard me mention before stockings. And these are things, deployable objects for Christmas only that you can get in the presents, super stockings in the large present and a small stockings in the medium presents. And how that works is you hang them on a wall, you hang them by a fireplace and or by a campfire or whatever, and then over time what will happen is they'll start lighting up. You can see these with some little dazzles, some little stars coming out. And what that means is that a little goodie has been deposited in them. And so you can open that up and get some random goodies. In the small stockings, you get stuff like 250 wood, 150 stone, 25 metal frags, an Ioka and 10 shells, some reindeer antlers, a candy cane club, and the like. In the super stocking, you get slightly better stuff like 50 metal frags, a water pipe shotgun, medical syringe, coal, or a snowball gun, and things like that. And those stockings basically just will start uh, dazzling and lighting up when there's a present available. And I think that happens once every couple in game days. Now, there's also a bunch of other Christmas goodies, the lights and things like that. So do check out, once again, the item store. There's also sleds making a comeback this year, I believe. And I think they came first last year. And that's basically just you find the sled and you can get down a snowy hill very quickly. If you got one of those sleds, you just deploy it on the ground, kind of like how the boogie boards work, but instead of on water, you're just doing it on snow. And what else we got? There's also ice walls making their comeback. These are default blueprints, default only for the actual Christmas event. And you can see them around the nice little Christmas decoration setup that Shadow made here. There's small and large ice walls. They have icicles on top, so they'll prick you if you're climbing on top of them. And they cost 300 stone or 100. Oh, geez, brain fog. 1,500 stone for a large one, 300 stone for a small one. Once again, these are default blueprints, so you can use them freely throughout the duration of the Christmas thing. Um, Also, we've got the snowball gun. Woof, is making a comeback, and with that, it's known as the Blizzard Blaster, and it's basically a fast-firing like Nerf version of the grenade launcher. So basically, you put one snowball in, and you'll get like 50 rounds, and then you can fire them as you like. Fire the snowballs and yeah, have some fun doing some snowball fighting with your friends. And this is once again the snowball gun is found in the where was it? Was it the medium present? Yeah, medium present, and in the super stocking as well. You'll find those around. Also, there is a craftable Christmas tree that's been in for previous years for 300. Let me make that 500 wood and 30 cloth. You can have your own tree, and you can also decorate it. Uh, if you look in the tree, it's like a loot box, and then you can decorate it with candy canes and pine cones and all that good stuff. There's also coming back an advent calendar, and that's something that you craft for 100 wood and 20 cloth. It's the default blueprint, and then you put it around anywhere in your base, basically. And then once every real life day, there's a present dropped in the advent calendar as well. So just a bunch of Christmas festive stuff and everything like that. Now, in the realm of other stuff, the team is also working on some things for future releases, future updates, and everything like that. One of the big things is some quality of life stuff coming in as well. So these aren't, I believe, coming in with the update today, but we'll probably see them come the January 5th update. And a little sneak peek of some of that, the driver can steer a modular car when the engine is off. So that's going to allow for one person to push and one person to steer. They're not spawning fireballs when the minicopter or scrap heli dies to decay. Dropped item containers uh, will always take 2 hours to despawn, regardless of contents. They added an item despawn container scale, which defaults to two, uh, and some other changes and stuff like that. Another thing that they're working on is some optimizations. So they're waiting 6 seconds before showing markers on the map to avoid a lag spike on death. So, yeah, some miscellaneous optimizations and more quality of life coming in, likely coming in for the January 5th update, but it remains to be seen. December, historically speaking, is not a huge month for development in Rust, and understandably so. The team is taking some much well deserved and needed time off during the holidays. And so, as we look into January, I don't think there's going to be any huge new content releases or anything like that. Probably just some more iterations on quality of life stuff and maybe some optimizations along with the disabling of the Christmas stuff. But we, as always, will keep you posted with that prior to it going live. This is going to be our last stream of the year, as given development kind of slows down, we're going to take some time for ourselves as well and take a couple weeks off until the January 5th update, when we will be back with an article on rustafied.com first thing Eastern time at midnight. That'll go live summarizing everything you can expect in the January 5th update. And then, of course, we'll be back here as well for an update preview stream on January 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, we're going to take a little time for the holidays as well and take a little breather, which I gotta say I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to just taking some time off, maybe playing some video games and hanging out with some family. So that about does it for what is coming in the Christmas content. Do we want to cover some questions here, Shadow?
Yes, we can do. Artemis, could you see if you can spawn in Santa so people can see it?
Yeah, the supply drop didn't drop for a minute, so I have just done it again. There shouldn't be any issue, should there, bugs with the drops?
No, I
Yeah,
don't think so. You should be able to just run them, and
yeah.
we'll see Santa coming in.
Hope
We'll see.
he should arrive.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
When is whip and is it a force wipe today?
So it is not a force wipe today. It is a mandatory client and server patch that's coming out in just over half an hour. And that patch will force uh, an update across the board, but it does not force a wipe. It basically is just a patch to turn on all this Christmas content. So that does mean in just over half an hour, about any server running will have to restart and run the update. But that update process itself will not force a map wipe like we do see in the first Thursdays of every month and those updates. So yeah, the Christmas content is going live, but we are not, there's no force map wipe today.
Santa was stealthy, so I've called him again.
Oh, you just snuck by
I
overhead,
think he
huh?
did. Yeah, I didn't hear no bells, but
Can you show how the snow machine around the base that you can see the snow?
I can indeed.
The snow machine works with low grade, if anyone was wondering.
Yes.
And someone said, "Are you guys okay? Last stream, you guys had headaches because of COVID." So that would be a
Oh, thank you for
question,
asking.
Artemis. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm still, and you might notice if you listen every week, you might notice I'm like not 100% today, and that's I'm still dealing with some fatigue and brain fog. I don't know why I've had COVID twice now, and it really just messes with my brain's ability to cleanly think, if that makes sense. And so I'm stumbling over words. I'm looking at 500 and saying 300, shit like that. It's frustrating. But other than that, like I'm fine. It's just frustrating to be I just feel like I'm a bit dumber, if that makes sense. And hopefully that's not long lasting, but hey, what are you going to do?
Okay.
But Artemis can at least talk this week, so she's doing better too,
Hopefully,
it sounds
yeah,
like.
for sure.
Will there be any drops?
There are no Twitch drops for the holiday season. I have seen some people looking for Twitch drops and stuff like that, but I am not aware of any Twitch drops going live or anything like that. And if you look at the twitch.facepunch.com page, which is kind of the best kind of baseline for is there going to be drops, there are no new drops listed there. So no Twitch drops for the Christmas season. However, do check out the item store. There's a whole bunch of festive goodies on there, including the new Ice King pack, which includes a ice throne, an ice metal face mask, and an ice breastplate as well.
Here's a longer one. First, hello. I'm just a translator who translate your updates to a few Korean streamers. I have a few questions about the update that you gave. First, what rewards does Advent Calendar give you? Second, I didn't really get about the elevator. Can you show us?
So the advent calendar, that's a good question. What does the advent calendar give? I don't have a list of that. I'm hoping, do we have the advent calendar just spit anything out?
I
Um,
don't think it works until the 1st of December. Oh my God.
What?
Brain fart.
Do you have do you have COVID brain too?
Just don't pay attention to what I
Yeah, it
just
might
said.
not start working until the update goes live, but it's a bitch to test, I'll tell you, because it only drops a present once every in-game day. And
Not
if
yet.
it's or not in-game day, real life day, I
Yeah.
should say. So like if it's an in-game day, you can kind of move that forward with the day variable, but when you're talking about real life days, I've yet to figure out how to move that shit forward other than just waiting. So I'm sorry to say I don't know what the hell is in the advent calendar. And of course that's the first question that comes up because as I'm going through describing the advent calendar, my brain goes, "Well, what the fuck is in there?" And I go, "Oh shit, I don't remember." So I apologize, but maybe one will spit out here. I'm gonna try to look at last year's dev blog. I'm trying to think if they said what was in the advent calendar last year, but I don't think they did. Let me see if I can figure it out though.
Talking about brain farts. Um, Ruslan shows what's given in the Advent calendar last year, starting on December 16th, maybe?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Let me see the next one. Uh, uh, uh. Do the
Yeah, there we
gingerbread?
go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just want to complete this because yeah, Rust Labs coming through for the fucking win here. Assuming this is still the same, then they have listed out if you do Rust Labs Advent Calendar, they list out all the days that it runs and what you get. And for instance, like December 16th, it's a pump shotgun and some shells. You get some teas. On the 17th, you get some diesel and a jackhammer on the 18th. So it's some pretty good stuff. You get a grenade launcher and some shells on the 19th. So yeah, I definitely have an advent calendar in your base because it seems like it's dropping some good stuff.
Do the gingerbread houses despawn if you're inside them?
I don't think they're going to
Mm.
despawn if you're inside them. Also, uh, Artemis, I know I just realized with the airdrop stuff, if we're calling in normal airdrops, it's just going to call in the normal airdrops. I think you got to do Santa's
Santa's
sleigh.
sleigh, yeah. We have
Okay,
got
cool.
Christmas enabled, right?
Oh, that's another good question. I think it should be enabled by default on staging, but let's double check that. Is that just xmas.enabled? Yeah, it's true on the server right now. As it should be because yeah, with this update going out, it's by default just going to turn Xmas on for everybody.
How close can you build to the gingerbread house?
It was what, like 4 or 5 foundations away?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, roughly. And the gingerbread houses spawn randomly around the map. Once again, there's like 12 of them per map around at any given time. They'll despawn and spawn somewhere else. Uh, Also, I found you can teleport to any one of them. Thank you, Cobalt, for this. Teleport any port, Port, and that will get us to a portal, which I guess is what they're still being called. But yeah, those little gingerbread houses, aka gingerbread mine portals, spawn around the map. There's 12 of them. You can't destroy them, but they do despawn within about 15 minutes, and you can build about 4 or 5 foundations away from them, but they do block building in the immediate vicinity while they're there. And then once you go into one of them, you can enter the internal door, and then you'll be teleported to one of the gingerbread mines. There's a number of gingerbread mines that you can go into. Each one has some loot and 2 to 6 of these gingerbread men, which are, or gingerbread people. I don't know how the fuck they identify, but they'll either smack you with a candy cane or they'll shoot you with MP5, and you'll want to kill them, as you do with all gingerbread men. You'll want to kill them, and then you can find some good loot in them, decent loot. I don't want to go crazy here, but it's basically like scientist loot with some additional Christmas goodies, like a small present, a snowball gun, or some snowballs.
Can you still raid armored bases with snowball guns?
I,
I don't believe any of the properties have
Yeah,
changed.
yeah. Yeah, if you were able to do that at last year's Christmas event, then you probably still can do it this year. But yeah, basically, like I see in chat, it's like Halloween. It's like the Halloween portals, but a different skin. They basically reskin the Halloween portals, and you get some slightly different loot. For loot examples, as always, check out Rustafied.com. My article today does have loot examples for like 6 different individual dungeons, like what you're going to find throughout the entirety of those dungeons, and also summarizes everything else coming in the Christmas update, and includes what you can find in small, medium, large presents and what you can find in the stockings. It does not include what you can find in the advent calendar. My bad on that one, but I will add a link after this to the Rust Labs advent calendar page. Although I'm not sure if that's going to change slightly this year because that was last year's advent calendar. Maybe it will be a little different, but we will see. Oh, there's Santa coming in.
ho ho ho.
What you calling me? No.
Did we show off what Santa drop gives or no?
We're about to. But yeah, the Santa drop is slightly better loot than a normal airdrop.
Can you sit in the throne?
Fuck yeah, it wouldn't be much of a throne if you couldn't sit in it, right?
Right. And yes, it gives 100 comfort when you sit in it.
Ah, yes, yes, that's important. That cold comfort.
Let me see what else we have. It's because a lot of the questions we already replied here too. So, do you craft the ice walls with stone?
Yes, the ice walls are crafted with stone. The ice walls are default blueprints for the duration of the Christmas event, and they are crafted with stone. 300 stone for a small ice wall, and 1,500 stone for a large ice wall.
Do the incendiary shotgun ammo break the ice wall?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to craft the throne?
That we weren't able to see because it's one of those items that you have to purchase in the item store before you can see the crafting abilities, I think. So let me double check though. And I should just go on and purchase it because it is on the item store now. But let's see, is the ice throne now? Can I see it on the list? No. Yeah, let me just purchase the pack real quick. Ooh, and with that, the server update is live. Cool. Let me update this. Good timing. So that means the server update is live. The client update will probably hit in about 10, 15 minutes, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And then we'll also see a dev blog go live. And when we see that dev blog go live and that client update hit, we do say the update is officially live. But with that, the server update coming out is a good sign that this update is coming out on time. And once again, a quick reminder, we will need to restart all servers when the update comes out because although it's not forcing a wipe, it is a mandatory client and server update. So the servers will take probably 5-10 minutes to restart and update, and we'll give a couple minutes notice once the client update is live that we're doing that. A apology to anyone in the EU region for the disruption because I know EU servers wiped an hour and a half ago, and now we got to bring them down again. And we also had a glitch with the EU main and had to restart that after that. So I know it's kind of a shitty scheduled day for wipes in the EU. So I apologize for those disruptions, but all that stuff is necessary to get this Christmas update live. And uh, if you're in the US and wondering when can I play this in the US, well, it will. The Christmas stuff will go live after we update the servers at 2, but the US servers don't, in fact, wipe until 5 p.m. Eastern today. So keep that in mind. The servers for Rustafied are still wiping at the regular scheduled times.
I just saw two questions about wipe. When does US Rustified wipe and Trio?
So the US servers wipe at 5 p.m. EST. So that is just over 3 hours from now, about 3 hours and 20 minutes from now. In fact, if you're interested, though, in weighing in on when you want the servers to wipe for Rustified, we do have a poll going on our Discord now, rustified.com/Discord. And then once you're in there, if you look at the polls channel, you can vote on if you would like our wipes to happen a little bit earlier. We got a bunch of requests for that. So we figured we'd poll the community. And so currently we're seeing between now and the end of the year what kind of votes we get for uh, moving the wipes 2 hours earlier to 3 p.m. local time for the region or just leaving them as is. So if you would like to weigh in on that either way, I encourage you to go visit our Discord and uh, give a little vote.
Let's do a recap.
Yeah, let's do a little recap here. And I see someone asking, when did EU Trio wipe? EU Trio wiped, and all the EU servers wiping today wiped an hour and 38 minutes ago. So they wiped already. And once again, the server update is live. We're waiting on the client update to hit if you're just tuning in. And then this Christmas update will be live. So a quick little recap here. We do have the Christmas update going live today. This Christmas content will be live on the servers between today and January 5th when the next first Thursday update is. So we got a couple weeks of Christmas content. The content going live on the servers does not force a map wipe. However, some servers may choose to wipe when the update hits. Rustified servers are wiping at the regular scheduled time, which is 5 p.m. local time for the region. So EU, AU, SEA already wiped. BR wipes in an hour and 20 minutes, and US wipes at 5 p.m. EST. And these are once again, the weekly and bi-weekly Thursday wipe servers, wipe in today, your mains, mediums, trios, small, Baron, Zen Labs, and the like. Now, what do we have coming in this Christmas update? Well, we have a lot of the stuff from previous years, which if you've been around, then you'll recognize, but we have some new stuff as well, including these gingerbread mines. These are kind of a play off the portals that we saw for Halloween this year, but instead of the Halloweeny type portals, what we've got is gingerbread houses spawning around the map, and there are about 12 per map on a normal size map. And you walk in the front door and then enter the door inside, and you'll get teleported to this gingerbread mine, so to speak. Do keep your eyes peeled because there are gingerbread people in there who will be very quick to attack you with either their candy cane or their MP5, and they'll run at you. They do drop loot similar to loot of scientists, along with some additional Christmas goodies like a small present, a snowball gun, or some snowballs. And you'll also find some various loot down in the mines, and it's a variety of different things. We've got some examples on rustified.com if you're interested, but like one mine dropped 21 high quality metal, a Tesla coil, a small present, a medium present, 2 metal pipes, and 15 scrap. Another one dropped a rifle body, strengthened glass window, 2x metal pipe, 2x medium present, and 15 scrap. So there are various different types of loot you can get down there. And then once you've gotten all the loot and killed the gingerbread men, you just get out the way you came, just go back up the hallway and exit the door, and you'll be back on the regular map. Once again, these portals open and close automatically, so you'll see them around the map. You can't build directly near a gingerbread house. It's like 4 or 5 foundations away that building is blocked when a gingerbread house is there. But if a gingerbread house happens to be right where you want to build a base, then just hang out a hot minute, 15 minutes, it should disappear, and then you should have no problem building there.
I love how they
Also,
break into pieces as well when
yeah,
you die.
I do love the gingerbread jibs. That's pretty cool. And also new this year for the Christmas content, we've got decorations at monuments. And so as you go around specifically looking at fishing villages, bandit camp, and compound, you're going to notice some special festive decorations around, some lights, some snowmen, some Christmas trees, all that good stuff. So just some nice decorations around the map that we haven't seen before. Also, we've got some new Christmas specific items on the item store. There's a new Ice King pack, which includes an ice throne, which you can sit on. It's a nice big chair you can sit on. It gives you comfort. And there's also coming with that the ice metal face mask and the ice metal breastplate. And those are available on the item store. They come in a pack of 3, and I think it was $7.99 USD is what I was seeing as the price point for us over here in the States. Now, also, we've got a lot of the old classics from Rust Christmas coming back here. We've got presents. Those will spawn around the map every in-game day. You'll hear some jingle bells, and then around you, 2 to 3 of these present boxes will spawn on the terrain. You whack the present box open. It's got like 30 HP, and then you'll see some actual present items drop. You can collect those presents. There's small, medium, and large presents. Each present you can open as is and get the contents of it. Or if you've got small presents, you can stack 10 of them and upgrade to a medium present. If you've got 5 medium presents, you can stack them and upgrade to a large present. And of course, the quality of the items you get in the presents go up as the size of the present goes up. You can see examples of what you get on rustified.com on the article today. Also, we've got Santa's sleigh, as we just saw before, coming through the airdrops. The daily airdrops are replaced by Santa's sleigh being pulled by the reindeer coming through. He's kind of like a mechanical robot Santa, and he drops better loot than what you're going to see in a normal airdrop. Also, we got stockings. You can hang them by the chimney or campfire with care. And there's a small stocking or a super stocking. And basically, I think it's like once every in game day or so, you'll see them start to sparkle, like the top of the stocking will start to sparkle, and there's a little glowing star there. And that means you can open up the stocking and get your gift. Some examples are 250 wood, 150 stone, 25 metal frags, Ioka, reindeer antlers, or candy cane club in the small stocking. Super stocking has some slightly better stuff like 50 metal frags, Ioka and 10 shells, water pipe shotgun, metal syringe, snowball gun, etc. So those are the stockings. There's also a bunch of other Christmas goodies. There's sleds, there's the ice walls, which are default blueprints. You craft them with stone. They're basically just a skin of the stone walls, but it's 300 and 1500 stone respectively for a small or a large ice wall. There's the snowball gun, aka the blizzard blaster, which when you put a snowball in there, you'll get 50 rounds and be able to shoot them off and just have some fun snowball fights with your friends. There's the craftable Christmas tree you can decorate in your base. There's also the advent calendar, which you can craft for 100 wood and 20 cloth with a workbench level 1. And then you just put it in your base, and every real life day, it gives you presents. Shout out to Rust Labs for listing out the presents from last year. Some examples: there was a pump shotgun and some shells. There were some teas. There was some diesel and a jackhammer. There was a grenade launcher and some rounds for that, and a bunch of other stuff depending on the day. So it seems like an advent calendar is a good investment, especially given it's coming in at just 100 wood and 20 cloth to craft. Definitely a worthwhile investment for your base during this holiday season. And yeah, and then there's just a number of other festive stuff on the item store. So make sure you do check out. You can get the garland, you can get the lights, you can get all that good stuff. And the community has built some great looking other festive skins and things like that. So definitely go check them out. As we look forward into next year, the team is working on some more quality of life and optimizations. So things like the driver will be able to steer a modular car when the engine is off, and that allows for one person to push and one person to steer and various other things like that. They're working on quality of life wise, probably coming in January 5th. Speaking of January 5th, I wouldn't expect a whole lot of new big content coming in for that update a couple weeks from now, just because during the Christmas season, the devs take some time and it's well deserved and needed time off. So, generally speaking, we don't see a ton of new, huge development things going live in January, but I do think we'll see some optimizations and quality of life. This is going to be our last stream for the year, as given development is slowing down and everything like that. There's not a whole ton to report on. And hey, we want to take a little break for the holidays as well. So, this will be our last stream of the year, but I do just want to take a moment to thank everyone for supporting us throughout the year and the previous years. We are an independent organization. We're not on the Face Punch payroll. We're not developers of the game. We're just fans of the game who love reporting on development news and running the best servers that we possibly can. And quite frankly, we wouldn't be able to do any of that if it wasn't for the support of the community. So, especially during this holiday season, thank you all for tuning in and watching. To the people who give bits and subscribe on Twitch, and to our wonderful, beautiful VIP customers, thank you all so much for this, for the support, because we wouldn't be able to do this without you. And I really hope you all have a wonderful, safe, Merry Christmas and happy holidays and all that good stuff. So, just yeah, I'm really grateful for all of you and much love to all of you during this holiday season. Thank you all so much. And yeah, we're going to take some time. I'm just going to relax for like 2 weeks, but we will be back January 5th to let you know everything going on in the January update. And that about does it for a recap. We are still looking. The server update was released, what was it, just over 10 minutes ago. We're waiting on this client update to hit, and we're waiting on the dev blog to hit, which should be momentarily now. And then we'll say the update is officially live. In the meantime, Shadow, do we have any other questions from the audience?
Only a few. Is it possible to buy the unpowered, no electricity Christmas lights again? So I just looked that up. The unpowered ones you can buy on Steam for 130 euros, which is about 138 US dollars. So yes, you can.
Yeah, you can buy them for the low, low price of 140 fucking dollars. Jesus.
Yeah, the powered ones are way cheaper. So
Yeah.
let me see here. Uh, are the killer zip lines fixed in the new update? They kill me every time before landing.
Yeah, they are working on that. I think that is if it didn't go live in a hotfix earlier this week, then it is going live today, I believe, because there were some fixes to zip lines in the commits.
When you guys are not streaming, can I ask questions through Discord?
Yeah, of course. You can definitely go hit up our Discord, and we've got some great staff members in there and some Discord moderators and all that stuff. So feel free to ask questions in there.
Are the stockings still a thing?
Yes, the stockings are a thing again this year. You can get the small or the super stocking, and you hang them up, and then I believe it's once every in-game day, but it might be a slightly different time duration. But they'll start sparkling out of the top and have a little star, and then you can go in them and get your little present. We do have a list of what you'll get in these stockings on rustified.com, along with what some of the contents of the presents and everything else is all on my article today on rustified.com. So if you want to reference what you can get, feel free to check that out.
What's with the gingerbread house?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. The Gingerbread House are the new gingerbread, what's it called? Mines. They're called gingerbread mines, I believe is what Face Punch was referring to them. And they're kind of like the portals from the Halloween event. If you haven't seen that, basically, what we've got here is little gingerbread houses will spawn around the map. You can't build directly next to them. It's about 4 to 5 foundations away that you can build, but they spawn around the map. There's about 12 any given time on a normal size 4250 map. And what happens is you enter them, and then you enter the door inside the gingerbread house, and you get teleported to this gingerbread mine. And that gingerbread mine in it has some gingerbread people who will attack you, either bash you with candy canes or shoot you with their MP5s. And it also has some loot in there. And so the gingerbread mines, I believe, are procedurally generated, so to speak. So no two are going to be exactly alike. And there's a number of them that you get teleported to, depending on which gingerbread house you go into. The gingerbread houses themselves will move around the map. They despawn about every 15 minutes, it looks like. And yeah, when you're in the dungeon, you'll want to take out the 2 to 6 gingerbread foes in there, and then also grab various loot that you'll find in presents and such down there, and then you can just exit out the same entrance you came in. And yeah, you'll just find them around the map randomly. Once again, you can see some example loot on what we found in the mines at rustified.com.
One sec. Is there a client update? I think more people joined in, so
I have not seen the client update hit yet, although it does seem like it should be any moment now. Because on my feed, what I see is the server update hit 20 minutes ago. And generally speaking, we'll see that client update hit by now. So hopefully there isn't a delay or anything. But yeah, this client update should hit momentarily. And then we will say the update is live. Although this is a mandatory client and server patch, it does not force a wipe. So if you're playing on a monthly wipe server, then the map should be the same when you come back in, just with the addition of some of this Xmas stuff.
uh, okay, but when do I finally get my Hezzy skin that makes me look like a giant walking Poogie Bear?
That's a good question. Maybe next Christmas. Maybe next Christmas.
And I see people still asking if the servers will wipe. Do we just need to restart Steam? What do we do?
Yeah, so when the client update does hit, if you don't see it immediately hit your Steam library, you can restart Steam or you can verify the integrity of your local game cache. You don't have to do the whole process because that can take a little while. But if you just start that process by right clicking, go to properties and then local files and then verify integrity, if you just start and then cancel that, the first part of that process is pinging the Steam servers for any client update. And so it should queue that up. That said, the client update based on what I'm seeing here, based on my feeds, hasn't hit quite yet. I think it should hit momentarily here, but the client update doesn't appear to have been fully released quite yet.
And someone was just saying, can you please launch the update already?
Oh man, if I could, I would. But once again, we're not developers of the game. We're just an independent organization of fans of the game who like reporting on development news and running the best servers that we can. And so we're just here. Ooh, and with that, look at that. The client update just hit. Nice. Let
Choo
me
choo.
tweet about it. And oh, and the dev blog is live. Xmas, Gingerbread Mines. Hell yeah. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. And let me tweet about this real quick.
Let me know when you're ready for a new question.
Yeah, go for it.
Where did it go? Okay, could you please make a Rustafied 600 pop instead of 400 max?
Yeah, we are basically limited by performance. And so we're at 500 and we tried 600 before, but performance wasn't reliably holding up. And so we're bringing it back down. As performance dictates, we will increase the pop. The idea with our main servers is we do want to have as many people as we can, but performance is more important than number of players. And so, depending on the state of the game, that really controls how many we can reliably get in there. And at the moment, it doesn't seem like 600 would be reliably good performance. And so, that's where that's at. But speaking of servers, I am going to wind this stream down and go touch base with my systems team to make sure our servers are getting updated and coming back all good. But once again, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. This is the last stream that we're going to do for the year. So, just a huge thank you for another year of watching us and supporting us. We are an independent organization. We're not the developers of the game. So, just a huge thank you for everyone who just watches, subscribes on Twitch, gives bits, and to our wonderful, beautiful VIP customers. Literally, we couldn't do this without you. So thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a happy holidays. And I also want to thank my entire team at Rustafied for everything that they do. Awesome work, everybody. And thank you specifically, Artemis and Shadow, for being my co MCs as always here.
You're welcome as always.
Yep, you're welcome as always.
And with that, we're going to wind this stream down, make sure the servers are coming up. I hope you all have a wonderful week and a wonderful wipe and a very Merry Christmas and happy holidays. We will see you guys in 2023. And yeah, we'll catch you then. Take it easy. This is Bugs signing off.